You are listening to the Old School Movement podcast with Daz, Chris and Steve. You understand?
Old School Movements. Damn, my voice croaked a bit there, man. Damn. You remember that? You remember that saying when you say you got a frog in your throat? Why was it a frog? Why would it have to be a frog?
Because it's croaky.
Could be, is that it?
It's croaky.
It's simple as that.
Yeah, frogs croak. Yeah.
But frogs go ribbit. I never said ribbit. I never said ribbit. Whenever people in the 80s, whenever people done impression of a frog, they went ribbit. Ribbit. And I've never made that noise for someone to say, you got a frog in your throat. It's always if I'm coughing or something. I didn't work it out when I was little.
I just imagine them singing with Bruce Willis. Was there a thing with frogs singing with Bruce Willis once?
I'm sure. That with Paul McCartney, the frog song.
Was it Paul McCartney? I'm thinking it was Bruce Willis. Shit, man.
Boom, boom,
that's
boom,
the one. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. That was number one for ages, man.
I just my head in.
The frog. That was, you know them songs. Remember we told Pop used to have a cack song number one for time.
For ages, yeah.
Oh,
you're
turning
off
the only music television I'm gonna see. But like, shut up in your face. And, my god, Renee and Renata, mate.
Brian Adams was the one that done me, and
for years that was there, man.
Oh,
it seemed like it.
Like 20 years that was at number one.
Yeah, you'd switch off at number two.
It was weak, man. But yeah, it's a good thing we mentioned frogs because we're in part 2 of our TV animals. There's no famous frogs; they're all not real, like Toad, Kermit, Baron Greenback. There's no real frogs that act. Danger Mouse, see Baroni. No. There's no real frogs that act, is there? They never CGI a frog. Have you ever CGI'd a frog and made a frog walk around and stuff? They're just slimy, innit? They don't want a frog as a friend.
I'm thinking there is one that's someone's sidekick, like maybe animated, but I'm trying to think what it is.
Exactly. Okay, just come. The only frogs I know in film is E.T. and they're being dissected in class.
Oh yeah.
But Elliot lets them free.
He lets it free, yeah, because he's tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he
lick one or something?
He done an acid trip, innit? Him and E.T. done a trip.
He licked one of the frogs.
Licking toads.
E.T. was getting high. He was getting high at home, man. E.T. was, man. Wicked.
Oh, that was it. He was getting drunk and the effects were happening on Elliot. I remember it now. Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, he was getting high.
He wasn't licking toads' backs and tripping.
He might have been, though. It might have been subliminal. Yeah. They were both getting high at the same time. Ow.
That's the only live frog act.
That's the only one I could think of. But yeah, part 2 of the animals. We went through loads of animals. It was Hobo and Lassie and so on and so forth.
Lots of dogs.
So we're gonna just start with a dog. We're gonna start with a dog.
Start with a dog.
We're gonna start with canine and then move through other animals.
Dogs were like the most popular sort of. Well, probably the easiest animal to work with, isn't it? I suppose.
They're the most popular animal. So
popular animal, most easiest to work with. Man's best friend. We covered a couple already in part 1.
And my damn friend.
Well, that's Steve's best friend when he was little. He had to run for them.
Run the gauntlet.
So, yeah, as I was saying, we talked about Lassie, about Lily's Hobo, but people must be thinking, we heard the first one, and you forgot a certain dog.
There's another one.
That was back in the day, and he went on since '74. And that's the little, what breed is he?
Some scruffy thing, man. I don't know what
little scruffy, golden-looking dog.
Little scruffy thing, yeah.
And that's Benji, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, probably one of the cutest out of the 3.
Were you guys fans of Benji? Like out of the 3, if all 3 were on at the same time, which dog are you gonna watch? Lassie, Hobo, or Benji?
Benji or Hobo? Probably Benji, mate. Maybe Benji might take it. He was a bit more. It was more set in our times when we were younger, whereas Hobo was a bit set back a bit, wasn't it? So I could relate to Benji a bit more. But do you remember Benji being like a proper TV show, or just films?
Nah,
TV. I remember it being a TV show.
That's what I can't find much about it ever being a TV show. All I can find is
he used to be on BBC One. I remember seeing us like I remember
it was
saying
the film chopped up then, or do you reckon they were proper? Because I can't find anything about the shows.
But apparently Benji, that particular dog, was already a TV star. It's like he got scouted. Like, I want that dog in my picture.
Yeah,
he was in a TV show called Petticoat Junction. So as you say, Benji came out in '74. So this must have been like early 70s, whatever.
I got it down as Higgins was the name of the original Benji.
Yeah. The original
That is
dog.
his name.
Yeah, Higgins. And he was nominated for one of them Patsy Awards that we were talking about the other week, but he came second behind some cat that won first. And that was the year the film came
But he wasn't
out,
happy about that. But there was a scuffle in the...
wasn't it Higgins, the guy in Magnum?
Yes.
Yeah, who had two dogs as well. Had two Dobermans,
Yeah, the two Dobermans.
You see them two Dobermans? Were they Hollywood stars? Were they in Moonraker and The Omen?
I reckon they were. Yeah, I reckon they were. You know,
Were they the same? They got some good work, man. But they were ruthless in. I was scared of them in. I was more scared of them in Moonraker than The Omen because that was in daylight. Like at least in Omen, they done stuff in the dark, but they didn't care in Moonraker, man.
Are they the same two Dobermans that your mate had in Chiswick?
They all look the same.
Yeah, they probably are. They probably are. They all look the same, don't they? But yeah, Benji. Look, to be honest, I wasn't a massive fan of him. And if all three were on at the same time, I didn't care which one I was watching.
I think it's a tough decision. I think Littlest Hobo.
I think I wouldn't really care.
I think with Littlest Hobo.
I used to love watching Lassie as well.
Yeah.
And Benji. You can't. I don't know.
They were good. They were good. Yeah, they weren't that bad.
Know.
Do you remember? Weren't Benji in like a spin-off thing that we used to watch with a kid and an alien? When it like called Benji, Max and the Alien or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that. And I remember exactly what you're talking about. But I think wasn't that UK?
No, I think it was US.
Benji,
I remember it had that 80s.
That's it. That's to show them Benji, Max and Alien.
And the Alien or something like that. Yeah. And that was meant to be the same
that
Benji.
Was a TV, that was a TV series.
Yeah, and that was quite good.
I remember that. No, that
was quite good.
I don't remember no Alien.
I didn't mind that.
Like, all of those programs weren't like they were set the same zone as Why Don't You, Benji, all those things. I just couldn't get into.
Couldn't get into Why Don't You.
Yeah, I couldn't follow those kind of shows. But I know Benji is. I must have watched a couple of episodes of it, But yeah. People probably thinking, so why are you doing an animal podcast? You didn't watch this show. Because Chris loves it. You know how much Chris is talking about Benji?
Info, but yeah,
it is.
It's got the most
it's
info.
overload. But yeah, love it. I think we've maxed on the Benji. Let's move on to the next animal now. We've maxed out.
Chris, you got more info.
I know he's got more.
I'm talking about
he wants to tell us more. He
like dogs.
He wants to tell us more, but it's not happening. Dogs are done.
Dogs are done. There's too many dog actors. We need some other ones.
So this next actor, like, always fascinated by monkeys, chimpanzees, and so on. And this is probably the first TV actor one that I saw. You know, he's in black and white, since black and white. I know he was in a couple of the color versions of Tarzan, but I mainly see him in the black and white series. And it always used to confuse me because, you're just learning about animals when you're little. And he's a monkey called Cheetah. I'm like, I used to be confused, but ain't a cheetah a cheetah? Yeah. Why is a monkey called Cheetah? You wouldn't call it an elephant horse.
It's true.
But hey.
It's very true.
So Cheetah the chimpanzee, Tarzan.
He was good.
Padre.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I think he only come about in the TV versions, if I can remember, because he weren't in like the original film, but they must have needed comic relief for the TV version, so they brought in a cheetah. But what did he used to help Tarzan out, innit? If Tarzan was like trapped or something, he could untie a rope or help him out or something, innit?
I don't know how many episodes he was in, but he was around from.
He was in quite a few.
1932 to 1968. Whether that's all Tarzan films, I don't know. But he was busy. He was busy. But the cheetah from Tarzan was played by weren't the same chimpanzee all the way.
No, they had a few, didn't they?
There's 12 monkeys, ironically.
12, isn't it?
played cheetah, but the original cheetah died at the age of 80 in 2011.
There's been a few zoos and a few private collectors who said this chimp is one of them, but they don't really know. But there was one, like you said, that died. I think like in 1980 something, and it was aged 80 something. So No,
this one died in 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few stories of them.
the original monkey, man. So yeah.
Damn.
But back in like the 30s, they've even in a couple of the films, they've got like a little 6-year-old boy listed as playing Cheetah as well. In a couple of
What, a boy dressed up as a monkey?
a 6-year-old boy dressed up as playing Cheetah listed in the credits on a couple of the early films back in the
early
the 30s.
Tarzans.
Yeah, they've also had an episode where he's been played by an orangutan as well. The orangutan was CJ, the same one who's also been in Every Which Way But Loose, the Clint Eastwood film. So this must have been around the late 70s.
Oh yeah, I remember that orangutan.
Do you lot remember the Tarzan cartoon? Filmation Tarzan cartoon.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah, that was good, man.
It was that same
more than the TV show.
Yeah, it was that same He-Man style running and all that. The same.
Yeah.
It was a good program, mate.
Yeah, no, I quite like the Tarzan cartoon. It was good.
But that's the funny thing about Cheetah disappeared like in more recent like. There's no trace of Cheetah now. Like
No.
like the Disney one with Tarzan who had dreadlocks.
Yeah, he's got no.
He didn't have a cheetah, did he?
No, not that I can think of.
And the Christopher Lambert
No,
80s film didn't have a cheetah.
no. So the originals didn't. It was literally they wrote him in for them
Later
TV
on,
shows,
just for the
just for the
show.
sidekick in comic relief. But he was good. I liked him.
He was good.
When I think of him, he used to run behind him and then like jump up onto his hip, and they'd just keep off like, and he'd have him sitting there like, it was wicked. It was good.
The old school Tarzan was the funniest Tarzan though, because he lived in the jungle, but he had a shave, he had a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like brill creamed hair.
Yeah, he
looked
creamed
slick.
hair.
He looked
Slick as ever. And like, I'm thinking, hey, this doesn't make sense, but hey, Tarzan, mate.
I love them old black and white ones, man. They were
Tarzan.
wicked.
But Cheetah, man. Cheetah the chimpanzee. You reckon if you swang, is that a word? Swung, that's it. See, I'm tired, you know. I'm back in 90s R&B, man. Swang. If you would swing on a rope now and went, you reckon anyone from this generation would know what you're talking about?
Nah.
Not ready, innit? Not ready.
I don't think so. I don't think they'd have a
That's
clue.
how old we
Why are
are.
you making all that noise?
Have you stubbed your toe? I don't think they would they? Damn. So, out of the monkey zone. A big up to the PG Chip monkeys too. Out of the monkey zone. Chris, who we got next, man?
Do you know the piano's on my foot? Next one, right, we've had a monkey, we've had a couple of dogs. Let's have some sort of, I was going to say a fish, but it's not even a fish, is it? Talking about Flipper, which is a
the
mammal,
aquatic version of Lassie.
the aquatic version of Lassie. It is that. That's what it was dubbed at the time, wasn't it?
Now, where was Flipper? What ocean was he in? What country is he in? Where's
It
Flipper
was
from?
when it's set in Florida, I think, around the Keys or somewhere around that part of Florida. And this was, this ran from 64 to 67. Bottlenose Dolphin, and it was the guy. The character was a guy called Porter Ricks, and he was the chief warden at the Coral Key Park and Marine Preserve, which I'm sure was meant to be in Florida. And he had two younger sons, Sandy and Bud. And I remember early on in it, I think there was a mum, but she passed away, so it ended up being the dad and the kids, which is why they went on adventures with the Dolphin.
What kind of adventures can they go on with Dolphin? There's only a limited.
They got to spend their life
adventure,
at sea, innit? They must spend their life at sea.
You're just following it around in a boat.
But what was the whole point of Flipper? What was his purpose? Because what could he say? What could he do? What, get more tuna out of the water? For
What can he do?
I don't know.
Chase a boat or something?
Yeah, chase a speedboat.
I can't remember any of the thing. I remember the bit. There'd be the certain bit in it where they do the talking to him. They're on the pier and they'd be chatting to him, and then they swim off. You'll see some underwater shots, and then exactly. What can he do? What can he do for it? Someone must have dropped something over the side of a boat, and he goes and finds it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else can he do?
I've dropped my mobile phone in the water. Flipper, I didn't help.
Mobile phone. This is a 60s, man. This is the date.
The only thing I could think of that you drop in the water that would be worth getting a dolphin to save for you. Do you know what I mean?
A wallet.
Nah, just let the wallet go in it. Just
A baby. Flipper can save the baby.
Why are you dashing your baby overboard?
He could drop it. He could just drop it. humble hands.
It's mad as well. Like all these films we're talking about, they didn't just use one dolphin. There was many dolphins that they used. Flipper was meant to be a male dolphin, but they couldn't use male dolphins because there was a few reasons. Male dolphins like to have a little bit. They're quite boisterous apparently, so they have a few fights with each other, so they get quite scarred up. So the continuity of keeping the same dolphin, they couldn't. So the female dolphins have got smoother skin. They look nicer, sort of. That was so the main.
You fancy dolphins now, Chris?
I'm just saying, they look. When you see
they look nice.
They look wicked, innit? Dolphins do look wicked, man.
Just reckon you can spot a female from a male if you saw a dolphin.
Now I know that, because you do see some ones with battle scar looking like so they've messed with a shark or something, innit? So you probably could give it away.
You know when you see the water slide off the back of a dolphin.
Just glistening.
Another thing as well, they couldn't train it. They couldn't train the dolphin to speak. So the actual noise.
What do you mean? How is it going to speak? What's going on?
They couldn't. From what I heard, you couldn't train it to speak on cue. They make them clicking noises, isn't it?
How could you train? To click. Oh,
the clicking noises.
But they couldn't speak.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they can't do it. Like they can't train it to do it.
They can't do it on cue.
Yeah, on cue. So what they done? They remixed a adopted version of a kookaburra. You know, I think it's an Australian bird, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
outback, and it's that that's doing the clicking, and it's that where they voiced Flipper.
Why didn't they just get that one recording and just use that? The dolphins are that stubborn. They didn't even get one take.
Probably. I ain't getting nothing.
but I've heard, as you were saying earlier, dolphins are. I've got a frog in my throat. Ribbit. As you're saying, dolphins are pretty boisterous, and I've heard apparently that they're the only other mammals that have sex for fun. They They like to have a laugh, and they get laddish, and then they go and check their fishy girlfriends.
Fishy girlfriends.
Chris is getting jealous. Flipper. You know what? The listeners are probably thinking, where's the facts on Flipper? You're just talking about
facts on Flipper.
Sexy fish.
About your love for dolphins.
Is a fact on Flipper. Then. Well, like I said, I'm sure it was meant to be set in Florida, but I know it was filmed in a sea aquarium place in Miami, and it's the same place where the house and the set is the same place where they shot Gentle Ben. Gentle Ben, you wouldn't think it's in Miami or anything to do.
Oh, that's in the Gentle Ben was down on the
is it Everglades or something.
Everglades, yeah.
It's like the Everglades, isn't it?
Which is down south anyway, isn't it?
I always kind of get them shows mixed up, as in it feels like the same production company that are churning out animal-based hero films. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
Apart from, they all feel the same.
Got that same
theme,
haven't they? They've got that same feel.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely.
Same feel. All right, that's enough fish love.
Fish love.
Who's the next animal we got, Chris?
So we talked about a few dogs, but if you remember, like back in the school days, maybe before our time, there was a popular dog that the BBC actually made a statue for and put it in the Blue Peter garden. If you remember watching Blue Peter, it was one of them things that was on, wasn't it? Dipped in and out of it. If you wanted to watch how to make a Christmas coat hanger. But,
Christmas coat hanger. Did you just think of that right now?
That's what I can remember. And I remember
Christmas coat hanger.
Or if you wanted to make a Tracy Island, I remember there was a
normal coat hanger.
The coat hanger with the tinsel. The one that you. It's just a fire.
Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying. But a Christmas coat hanger, that's amazing.
Christmas coat hangers, man. That's what I remember of Blue Peter. So yeah.
But as you were saying, Tracy Island or whatever.
Tracy Island episode. I remember watching that, trying to make some mountain thing out of egg boxes. But they always had their pets as well. So when I'm thinking TV animals, I do think, I remember they would make the pet part of the show. Some of them, because the cats you'd never see. Whenever they wanted to show you one of the cats, I can't remember any of their names.
Yeah, but the cat was never on it. They
would just run off the camera, man. You would never see him, man. But
didn't they have a tortoise?
They had tortoise, man. They had a few tortoises. I always used to hope I don't know what, I'm a bit evil here, but I used to hope one year they'd try and wake him up and he wouldn't, and they wouldn't realise.
What?
I don't know. I
What's
just
wrong?
think that.
What, live on TV?
Live on TV, they realise
It's a
he's
bit
brown
deep,
bread.
Chris.
That's deep. Yeah.
I sort of wished it every season. It's like, I'm waking
Wished
him up.
it, you know.
Why?
I bet you don't wake up. I bet you don't
On the
wake
poor
up.
tortoise, you know.
Wished it, you know. And that's a secret, like, pet cemetery thing you had, but you never told me that when we were little. You never said to me, Darren, you know that tortoise? I would have freaked out and left your house, mate.
One day they're going to try and wake him up, and he ain't going to wake up.
You never mentioned that when we were little. I'm so glad. You know, I would have been scared of you, know, the rest of my childhood.
They kept him in that shoebox too long, man. But Peter had some funny bits. Remember, like, you know, you'll see the odd elephant having a dump on live in the
Odd
studio.
elephant, you know.
They used to have
Elephants
weird
just-
things on it, and I remember that one where they
Barbs
had
will
an
come on
elephant.
for an interview.
They just couldn't stop it shitting everywhere.
Yeah, once they start, you ain't
Once
stopping
they
it.
start, they ain't stopping it.
There they
It's
go.
Gotta
always-
let them go.
Always once the camera's rolling.
How come you don't remember the tortoise?
No, I remember them, but I don't.
It was like a yearly event, innit, when they brought him out the box.
But what? I thought he was there all the time.
No, he hibernated for a few months, didn't he? And
Oh, I
they-
thought
they
he was
said,
just
"Right, we're
chilling,
bringing him
like
out
on the
now,
sofa.
we're-
I thought he was just chilling on the sofa with some lettuce.
No, I'm sure that's why I used to think one day he's going to be dead, because they used to put him in a cupboard, and I think you can't put, like, obviously you can, but when I was little, I used to think you can't put him in a box in a cupboard for 6 months.
Like he's a
You're gonna
gimp
kill
or
it.
something, you know.
Yeah,
the
you're
tortoise
gonna kill
gimp.
him. You can't, you cruel fuckers, you cruel bastard. Yeah, I used to think it was bad, but I used to think, like, in that way, one day you're going to open it live, and you're going to realise he's gone, and you're going to upset all the viewers.
Yeah, I'm like, mate.
Except for
Mate.
you.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. I was waiting.
I thought he was on it every week. Blue Pit was on once a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not like,
Was it on every day?
I think it might be
No.
on every, was it once a day or once a week?
It was on every day.
It was on every day.
Every
I
day
think,
at
yeah.
5, wasn't it?
What? And the tortoise only come out.
After the news round.
They
Yeah.
come out in the winter or summer, whenever
And-
they come out.
No, it would have hibernated in the winter,
It's
so it would only
touching
come out in the
the
summer.
Yeah, is that when they come out in the summer?
God, hibernation. They don't hibernate in the summer.
I don't know. Some things do, didn't they?
Yeah.
No,
might
nothing
like the cold.
hibernates in the summer.
Oh no, it comes from hot countries, isn't it? Tortoises come from hot countries. Yeah,
nutter, Chris.
yeah, they hibernate during the winter.
I love that. I love how Chris told us at the end they hibernate during the winter. I love it. So, are we done with Blue Peter?
Yeah,
I think so.
So, I think we have our next animal on our TV animal adverts. This one we only saw the top half of him. Just be more precise. We only saw his head and then a side view, like a proper model, just a side view. His anger and then back to the screen. And it was very. Do you guys remember the Esso tiger?
Yes.
yeah.
Do you ever see it at petrol station when you're little? Like they used to have like massive billboards on. It used to
Yeah.
freak me out, man.
Yeah, I forgot about
Like-
Esso Tiger. It was quite good.
It used to freak me out. Like see a big massive tiger, and like but the MGM lion didn't freak me out because in them days they didn't have a big TV, so it wasn't that big.
Yeah.
And sometimes they used to get Tom from Tom and Jerry to go
I was
yeah,
going to say Tom and
instead.
Jerry,
Yeah.
that was the
So-
wicked one, man.
So, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, we're talking about the MGM lion, Leo the lion.
Is that his name?
Never had
You
his own.
guys didn't know. Yeah, his
Never had
name
his
was
own
Leo.
program, but he was at the start of most of the ones you watched.
He had his own program.
I said he never had his own program.
right.
But he was at the start of most. Saying that, he did have his own cartoon. He had a thing called Lion Hearts, and it was Leo the Lion Hearts. I don't think we got it over here, but
Nah.
it ran in America, I think, during the 60s and 70s. And
Yeah.
Leo and the Lion Hearts or something it was called. But yeah, we never got it
So
over here.
the MGM lion, he started off in 1917, and 7 different Leos played that roaring part. You like that, innit? The roaring part.
They're
But
all called Leo, but yeah.
yeah, like it's just an iconic. You know, like now, like you see a film now, and it's like 10 production companies before you see the film. You know what I mean? Just like Starlight,
Yeah.
Calabar, Columbus,
Lighthouse, this,
all
that.
Lighthouse pictures, skunkweed films, all these different things coming in.
Yeah.
But
In them
back in the
days,
days,
we
it's
had the one.
simple. This
Yeah.
Leo the lion would roar, and you know Bond's coming on. You know a Bond film's
Yeah.
coming on. You know what I mean? You know a decent film's coming on when the MGM lion. You know Chuck Norris is going to bust out in the next film. So MGM gave you good 80s action movies.
It's true, though. It's very
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
The original one was called Slats, was the name of the original lion, which they first filmed him, like you say, in 1916, and it was first broadcast in 1917, was the finished bit. And yeah, like I say, it was in black and white. There is one where you do see a full-size lying down lion. You know, like the what's the syrup? You know, the syrup lion. I think that one might be dead. I've got to think about dead animals today. But
And you watched Pet Sematary last night or something?
it's odd, man. But you know, there is a black and white one. You know, the golden syrup. The golden syrup's got that. Their emblem's the lion in it, but I think the lion's lying down like as though it's brown bread.
I've never seen that.
The green syrup that everyone's had.
I know the syrup.
Yeah.
I know the syrup, but I don't know no lion lying down.
Yeah, I have a look. I'm sure it's dead and it's got bees around it. That's their logo, like a dead lion. But yeah, have a look next time you look at syrup.
I'm gonna have a look now because I've got a can of syrup.
Go and have a look at syrup, man. See if it's on there.
It's lying dead with bees around it.
Yeah, and that reminds me, there is an old MGM, a very old, like probably from the 20s, where it has got that lying down pose. But like you say, all the rest are just the head and shoulders look of Leo. Yeah. But the first one, like I say, it was called Slats, and they've used, like you said, they've used a good few, but the popular one was a lion called Tanner, and he was the one they used Tanner for a long while. He was the one who got used for all of the cartoons, like you were saying. He's the one that got used for all the cartoon shows.
Yeah, sorry.
On the golden syrup can. Dead lion with bees.
Yeah. I've never seen that in my life.
How crazy is that? You
know,
know,
I can't believe you guys have never seen that.
I'd never looked at the tin like that.
Making flapjacks today, and she had the tin, and I opened it for her. Never have I.
I've never looked.
I can't believe that.
I've never seen that one. I've never looked at that.
That tin's probably never changed for 100 years. They've probably had that same looking tin from like.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stacks has just shown me the tin of the lion with the bees around it, and all these years I've never analysed that tin. Well,
it's
why
that
would
golden syrup that everyone's got.
Yeah, Lyle's golden syrup. Sponsor alert: Lyle's golden syrup.
Other syrups are available, but not as good.
Yeah, it is. Wow. But I don't have a dead lion on the front of the tin.
With bees.
Whenever I see that syrup, that reminds. That's what I was getting. It reminds me of the MGM because there is one where he's lying.
The
down
dead lion reminds you of MGM.
Post. Yeah, but not exactly, but in that sort of lying down side look.
Well, you could at least said Aslam or Mustafa.
So he used to freak me out when they shaved him. He freaked me out.
That bit freaked me out. When they shaved Aslam and tied him down, that bit freaked me out. But that kind of animation in the 70s, 80s, whenever that freaked me out. There was something about something about British animation, Watership Down. Flying Witch in the Wardrobe, all those just freaky,
a bit dark, isn't it?
Lord of the Rings, all those edgy sketches, all them acid trip artists. Mate,
it's true,
They're all on something. Yeah, they're that kind of animation. But I love that animation. But you only see it at Easter, Christmas holidays. Yeah. Anyway, talk about animals. So, Leo the MGM lion. Sometimes Tom replaced him in car.
Oh, that's a favourite of mine. But then ones where you see Tom meowing in the Leo the lion style, that was good. But the Leo they use now, they've had the same lion since 1957. That same picture that they've used, and that lion was born in Dublin Zoo, and where the first ever MGM lion was born. It's mad how Hollywood has imported lions from Dublin. 2 of them.
Why did they import it? Just to get it in the studio? Why can't? You could have been anywhere to film that scene. Why don't they take it from Dublin to Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm sure the Hollywood.
And they want to put his paws in the cement. Is it his paws in the cement?
Property? Nah, they never got around to doing that, and they were thinking of doing that with having a lion's paws in the.
That's
the old
dark, man. He's famous,
Ireland's
man.
well known for having lots of lions, so I'm not surprised they imported it from there.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. All the lions that live in Ireland, yeah. True,
and then they had the idea during the 80s. They had the idea, or late 70s, they had the idea that the roar wasn't good enough. So they tried to dub over Leo with one of the other lions' roars, but they just couldn't find nothing good enough. So I heard that they ended up using a tiger because the tiger, their roars are a bit more ferocious and a bit more menacing sounding. Whereas a lion's is just to let the jungle know I'm the king of the jungle sort of thing. So they put a more ferocious
that makes sense.
Like a tiger's roar over it. And the first film to have that was the premiere of Poltergeist in '81. That was the first film to have this new audio of Leo the lion. But I don't think it's changed
that makes
much
sense.
Since
That
then.
does.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, because lions don't really roar like that at all.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good start.
It's true. Now you say, you know what. Now you say that, I'm in my mind, I just got Rocky III's Eye of the Tiger. And there's a bit when Clubber Lang is beaten and you hear a roar, and it's very aggressive roar, and that's a tiger.
Tiger's roar, yeah.
Roar.
They're more aggressive than the lion is.
Oh, you learn something new every day, eh?
Well, I definitely that lion beating. Bloody hell!
Yeah, innit? Flip it out.
I never noticed that.
I can't believe you guys did. Yeah, I can't believe you guys didn't see that, man.
That's probably what you want to pour all over a female dolphin, isn't it?
Tuna and syrup.
You love a bit of sushi. Chris loves a bit of sushi, man. So who we got next, Chris? Who we got next?
Who else we got? We got another little guy. I don't know this guy's name really. I don't know what his name was in the film, and don't know much about him. But he's such a character, man.
Cheeky one as well, isn't he?
Yeah, proper little cheeky one, and he's not nice. He's part of the enemy, isn't he? He's part of the.
Yeah, he's part of the enemy. You know when people call people a cheeky monkey, I wouldn't be surprised if it was based on him. Yeah, it's based on he's cheeky monkey.
Cheeky monkey.
He was a cheeky monkey. He was a cheeky monkey.
He gave
but the thing about it,
a few.
Yeah, but the thing about it, even though we're talking about the monkey in Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark, the one that grasped up on Indiana Jones when he hid in the laundry basket, the textiles basket, whatever, and he let the enemy know where he was. But at the same time, if he didn't eat that day, Indiana Jones wouldn't have known they weren't good to eat.
Yeah.
So he sacrificed his little monkey life, Indiana Jones, to carry on with his whip.
I think he was just too greedy and wanted a date and didn't realise that they were poisoned.
Yeah, but it sounds better if he saved Indiana Jones. Come on, give the monkey some credit. The man wore a waistcoat, for Christ's sake.
Exactly, he wore a little waistcoat.
He's an actor. Do you know he's a little actor in him?
A true story. The handler who actually handles him, he still got the waistcoat. Apparently, he kept the waistcoat.
Does he wear it from time to time?
Very big.
Was the monkey from Aladdin based on that? Do you reckon he was based on that monkey? He's the kind of same monkey wore waistcoat.
The other way around, though, isn't it? Didn't Aladdin come out first?
Yeah, but did Aladdin always have a monkey?
Before, yeah.
Did he always have a monkey?
Didn't he? I'm sure he did.
Yeah, in the 60s, it must have been in the 60s, that cartoon.
In the 60s, he had a monkey as well.
Yeah, that one with the little hat and the waistcoat. Yeah, I'm sure he was still in it as well.
Who made a 60s cartoon?
Disney.
Disney didn't make a 60s cartoon. They made a 90s cartoon with Robin Williams.
Didn't they make an old version back when they done
one before that. There must be.
Yeah, I thought it was one before that.
Disney didn't make nothing before that.
I thought
Might have been MGM.
Could have been. Never know.
But that monkey reminds me of a cartoon version of the Indiana Jones. Little waistcoat, little fez.
Little fez. Did he have a fez in it?
I swear he had a fez on as well.
Yeah, he did. He did have a fez.
Little fez, little waistcoat.
That monkey, but we don't know his name.
He was a capuchin. Is his breed a capuchin monkey? Is what they were, and they brought in two monkeys to play the part, and they were called Snuff and Puff. But Puff had a nervous breakdown.
Oh, I wonder what the owners used to do recreationally.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that when I read that. But he had a nervous breakdown on set as soon as they got to Chinese.
Well, Indiana Jones set.
Yeah, wow. The Puff, one of the monkeys, proper nervous breakdown. He had to be hospitalised, so they were stuck just using Snuff. So Snuff done the whole film scenes with all the monkeys in it. But there's no name for him. He's just the man with the patch over his eyes, monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna look at the end credits now.
The Aladdin one was the Robin Williams one. There was
the first one.
Yeah, one before that. I thought as well.
Shit, yeah.
Because like most of
the 50s.
Yeah, most of them are 50s, 60s, all of them.
No, there wasn't none.
Stuff. Yeah, there's no Aladdin. Interesting.
Yeah.
Another thing I like about the little monkey was the voice. We're just talking about the monkey, thinking, okay, they got him to do a few tricks. Remember, they actually got him to do the old Hitler thing, didn't they, as well?
I don't remember that.
Another reason. Yeah, he does a little, as they walk past, he puts his arm up and there's a...
What, does he talk?
No, he makes some little chirpy, cheepy noises. But
I don't remember that bit.
That's a voice actor doing all of the monkey noises.
Really?
In it. It's said that this guy, he was the third highest grossing actor in Hollywood's history. A guy called Frank Welker. And he's the voice actor of Fred and Scooby-Doo from the Scooby-Doo show. Megatron from Transformers.
Easy.
Nibbler from Futurama, and he also voiced Ray Stantz in the Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
This is a guy we need to get on the show.
Yeah, of
He
course.
sounds like he's
I
done
have to
loads.
find this guy.
Yeah, we got to find this guy. Frank. If anyone knows Frank out there,
If you're
Frank,
listening,
if you're
man,
listening, you know, we need Megatron on the show, mate. We need to know about the beef with you and Optimus. So
I would
get on the
love
show.
to do a podcast with him just doing Megatron voice all the way through. That'd be wicked.
So let us know what's going on, Frank.
I don't mind with just Fred and Scooby, man. They can go.
Yeah.
That'd be right.
Fred as well, you know. Sorry,
But yeah, he got an Emmy.
monkey.
He recently got a few years back got an Emmy for honor of a lifetime achievement award for voicing all of them characters.
We've got to get that bloody Megatron monkey
We need
Nazi
the
voiceover dude, man.
Voiceover, man.
Dude,
Monkey voiceover,
that's-
man.
That's
Nazi
nuts.
Monkey. That's
Yeah, that's nuts, mate. You'd run from that, don't you?
That you don't really
Yeah,
want to have.
yeah, exactly. That one to another monkey who's a bit more playful, and he'll even drive you places and knock out a man for you. If you know,
Right,
if you come
yeah.
too close to him, all you got to do is feed him bananas, and he's all good. He sang around Clint Eastwood a lot. Then he went in Cannibal Run.
Mm.
Yeah, kind of run.
Used to
And
love that.
he played Clyde in Any Which Way But Loose. I don't know what his name was in Cannibal Run, but his real name was Manice. Manice the orangutan. Played Clyde in the 1978 Any Which Way But Loose, I said, and in its sequel, the sequel didn't feature Manice because he got older, but they used two orangutans to play the part of Clyde in that one.
One of them was called CJ, I think. 'Cause that was the one that they
That's what you
linked
mentioned
back to.
earlier on, right?
Yeah, that was the one that they linked back to doing the early 1980 or 1981 remake of Tarzan, where they got rid of a chimpanzee and brought in an orangutan. And I'm sure that's the one that they was, and he was like the stand-in orangutan for Manice with Any Which Way But Loose.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So I remember him. I remember the monkey, you know, but the monkey cruelty, I'm not happy with that.
It used to crack me up though when he was in the car and he ran down the window and people would look like,
Yeah.
and then he just clapped them in the face.
Slap them, yeah.
Raspberry and stuff.
He had his whole he had a chauffeur suit on, he had his hat and his jacket. Yeah. In Cannibal Run.
I forgot he was in Cannibal
And then he
Run.
just start laughing.
Yeah, but I'm sure in Cannibal Run, whenever you used to see his scene, but you know Cannibal Run, whenever you saw a car, they had a music. Like whenever you saw the Arab man, it went dun 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 dun. But when you saw the monkey, I swear they done here we go, here we go, here we go. Every time you saw that monkey, I'm sure that was the music. Every time you saw Jackie Chan, it's like boom. And that different music with different drivers. I'm sure that.
Yeah, I think you might be right. You know? I think you might be right.
Hey. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, Animal Cruelty in the 70s.
Clyde was great, though, man. Clyde is a star, man.
Yeah, Clyde was a star, man. Big up. Everybody loved Clyde, man. You know, Clint Eastwood is a top actor, and for him to keep his cool, how can you do westerns and then work with orangutan after? You know,
that's wicked.
He's class. So, but our next animal. You know, we wanted to throw in Milo. Big up Milo from The Mask. I thought he was an amazing dog.
Little Jack
He'd
Russell.
done it. Jack Russell. He'd done everything Jim Carrey asked him to do, apart from getting the cheese instead of the keys. But great little dog, Milo. But let's go to a dog now that, you know, it was a St. Bernard dog. You know, I remember his little. I think we mentioned this dog before. Schnorbits. Give him the sausage, and he's your best mate.
This is like a
all over
killer
the place.
Schnorbits.
But this is a killer. This is Snorbits on a night out. This is Snorbits in Shoreditch. Like, if you gave him a couple
after lockdown for a year.
Yeah, after lockdown, gave him a load of crack, got him drunk, put him in a rock rave or something, took him around the place and said, "Here's your dog back. This is what it looked like." And it's Cujo, man. Stephen King's Cujo.
Cujo, yeah.
Now, I remember that dog freaked me out because St. Bernard's dogs were big in the 80s. You did see them in the 80s.
Yeah, he used to see them about.
You see him
especially with
walking about,
Schnorbits. Especially with Schnorbits.
You would always stop and go, it's one of those, it's Schnorbits dog.
Yeah.
Or one of the ones with the didn't they used to have the barrels?
Yeah, the little
Barrel,
whiskey
they're
or
rescue
something,
dogs.
aren't
They
rescue
had
dog,
the rescue dogs. But Cujo was another look. And then after seeing that film, when you saw that dog, you're like, oh my God, I hope his gums ain't frothing, because that's because Cujo was rough. Cujo, you know, like when Superman turned bad and he was all rough and dusty. That's how Snorbits looked if he had the kryptonite. Mate.
Cujo's an 83 American horror film, and it's all based on the Stephen King bestseller of the same name.
What was his problem? Why was he vexed? Why was he foaming at the mouth? Why was he eating? Did he eat people?
He got bit by something, innit? But I can't remember much about the storyline. All I can remember, I vaguely remember that there was a woman and a boy, and they were trapped in the car. Pretty much the whole film, I think they were trapped in the car when they couldn't get out of the car because the dog was going to eat them.
Yeah, I do remember the dog barking at the car.
Yeah, there's coming out the window and it was. I can't remember much more. I can't remember. I'm sure something bit him.
Was it their pet dog? And then he just went animal on them.
Then he switched on them. Yeah, he switched on them. I'm sure something bit him, like a bat or something. I'm assuming it was a bat. And I remember them just trapping themselves in the car. But like you say, it was like having a killer Snorbits after you, man. It weren't good. It was like a lovable dog that literally turned proper bad.
Turned savage.
They couldn't get the dog, because it is a lovable breed anyway, and quite a docile breed. They couldn't get it to look angry enough. So a lot of the shots that you're talking about, like when you see it all, all looking roughed up and gnarly, they were Rottweilers that they used. Right. They used Rottweilers for some of the real close-up facial. They
have some slight similarities, isn't it?
Yeah, because they couldn't get this. St. Bernards just want to play. They couldn't get it angry enough. And what they used to do, they used to get the dogs. There was a few dogs that they used to film the movie, and they used to get the dogs excited about an object or a toy, and they'd put that toy in the car with the people. So the dog was just excited to get to the toy, not to attack the people.
Right. So that's how you got the excitement from the dog.
That's how they got this. Yeah. And then they would use egg whites and I think a bit of like icing sugar mixed up to create the foamy mouth.
Right.
So these dogs are high on sugar, licking their lips, trying to play with toys. They were so excited, the trainers had to tie their towels to their legs because they didn't stop wagging. In every shot, there's wagging towels where they're so excited. Right. Like when reading about it, it's like, you can see it in some of the scenes. There's some scenes where these dogs are, but the towels are wagging away when they're really excited. They want to play.
Wow! See, making a good dog look like a bad dog, man. But
yeah.
It looked rough, but it was scary. It looked like a mafia boss of dogs, like.
It's not like a mafia boss.
Just go on, sorry.
They did use one mechanical. They had a mechanical head just of the dog. I think that was for like where it came through a window scene. They also had a black Labrador Great Dane mix that they used, and they dressed that up in a St. Bernard costume. And even in some of the shots, they used the main man of the film. They used his stunt double as a dog as well, in a dog costume.
They used a dude in a dog costume.
They used the stunt double of the main actor as a dog in a large costume.
Wow. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. What year was that out?
83 it came out.
Cujo. That's one of those
83.
That's one of those cult films that not a lot of people know about.
Cult films. No, the book come out in 81, so it came out quick after the book as well, which normally there's a bit of a gap, isn't there, with these book to film things. But yeah, 83 it come out.
Definitely.
It's directed by Lewis Teague, who also directed a couple of films I like. So Jewel of the Nile, he directed, and also a film called Cat's Eyes.
I can't
remember much about it.
I remember the
on
name
the front
of it.
cover, it had like a little mouse hole with a man in it, and then a big sized cat.
Yeah,
it used to freak us out. We used to look at the
I used to front cover in the video shops, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sure the film has got 3 stories, and the cat is involved in each one.
Right.
Cat's Eyes, really.
Yeah, I do remember that title. I do definitely remember that title.
You've got to look at the front cover because you'll be like, oh my God, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Household.
Yeah. Wow. Would you say what hole?
A mouse hole.
Oh,
looked like a mouse hole in a skirt.
Oh shit! Yeah.
This guy also directed another quite a big animal actor, we could say. He also directed an early 80s film called Alligator.
I've seen that film.
What, the guy who done Cujo done Alligator?
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah, so guys, mate, a lot of animals we went through there in parts 1 and parts 2. Animals of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I hope you enjoyed another podcast from us guys from the Old School Movements. As always, we love giving you the old school retro nostalgia for your minds to think about the rest of the week and the weekend. But we're going to be out of here now, guys. I'm Mr. Lucas. You understand?
I'm Chris. Till next time.
And I'm Stacks. Peace out.
Take care.
Peace.